Ever wondered what happens if robots take all the jobs? I'm talking about a future where companies use machines and AI to do most of the work, leaving a lot of people wondering, what about us? One powerful idea could completely reshape our future: the robot tax. Here's how it works. Whenever a company uses robots, or automated technology, to replace people, they pay a tax on those robots. That money gets funneled back into society. Think universal basic income, free education, public health care, or retraining programs. Let me give you a real-life example. Imagine a company like Amazon decides to swap out 10,000 warehouse workers for robots. Those robots don't get salaries, benefits, or lunch breaks. So instead of saving all that money, Amazon would pay a fee, maybe $20,000 per robot per year, into a national fund. That fund could then help pay for people's basic needs, so nobody's left behind. Why does this make sense? First, fairness. If machines are taking jobs, it's only fair they contribute to the system, just like workers do with their taxes. Second, it's a smart way to fund universal basic income without piling more taxes onto everyday people. Third, it helps prevent mass poverty. People would still have money to live, buy things, and support the economy. And finally, it forces companies to think twice. Automation would only happen when it's truly worth it, not just because it's cheaper. And get this, Bill Gates actually suggested a robot tax. He said, "You ought to be willing to raise the tax level and even slow down the speed of that adoption somewhat to figure out, how do we educate and train the people for the new jobs?" But so far, most governments aren't biting. Why? Well, powerful companies don't love the idea of extra taxes. And let's face it, the system still prioritizes short-term profits over long-term stability. But imagine what a robot tax could do. It could fund universal basic income, pay off national debt, create free healthcare, or college clean up the environment, or help people retrain for new kinds of work. The possibilities are huge. Without a robot tax, though, the risks are just as big. The rich get richer from automation, millions could lose their jobs and gain nothing, and the wealth gap could explode. That's a recipe for social unrest, mass suffering, and a future nobody really wants. So next time you hear about robots taking over, remember, taxing automation isn't just logical, it could be the key to a fairer, more stable future for everyone.